Hey, hello, in this video I'll be explaining you how to mod your arcade cabinet. Well, at least my version of it. Mostly I took the ideas for this mod from ETA Prime. He's an excellent channel about modding and using different emulators. If you want, go and see it. It's very easy to follow. Um, but I'm just going to mention what I did differently so you don't have the same problems that I had. So basically I added these buttons here. I think that way it would be more useful. The thing is that when you press them here, this piece of wood kind of moves around, but it's not bad enough. It's going to work. The other thing that is worth mentioning is that I recommend you to use this button as hotkey, and you can do all the commands from the first player, and for the second player you can have the coin button assigned to this button. Why? Because Battlezera, at least in my experience, doesn't take commands from the second player as important for the first player. For example, if you want to go out of a game, you just press this hotkey and the start button is going to go out. But if you do the very same thing in the second player, Battlezera or RetroPie is not going to follow. So what I did is that I assigned this button for the coins in the second player. Another thing that I did differently is the pinball buttons on the sides. And here my advice is that you move this. Well, this is working right now, but it kind of conflicts with the movement of the stick. It's not gonna break anything, but when you're going to mod things or move things around inside of the cabinet, things are pretty tight, pretty close together, so it's kind of troublesome. Luckily everything is working right now, it's going perfectly, but I would say that if I had the chance to change this, I would make this hole in around this space here more upwards than just at the side of the stick. The same thing goes here. The second button here, it kind of conflicts with this button here, so they crash together. So try to move it a little more to the front or to the back of the cabinet, I would say here. And what else? Oh yeah, if you're using this button here in order to play pinball games, this one should go to the first player, not to the second player. I had to rewire things again because I realized when I was trying to add the buttons to the pinball games that RetroPie wasn't going to allow me to assign a second player button to the first player. So the thing is that this cable isn't long enough to reach the first player encoder that is underside this board here. So what I did is that I added, luckily for me, there was a cable, extra cable in my order, so I stripped that cable and I stick it to this button's cable, and I extended the cable to the encoder, and it worked. So I added these cup holders here. You just need a screw for them in order to work. And the speakers here, I recommend to use a pair of speakers. I used double-sided sticky tape that has Velcro. It's pretty different. You have them like that. You can detach them and use them to do some other stuff with them. You can leave them here. So they're gonna be straight to your ears, so you don't have to put them very in high level. But if you ask me, I would say that it's very recommendable for them to have a volume rocker here in order for you to control everything that's going on with the volume, because the volume changes a lot whether you are in in the OS, selecting if you are in RetroPie's OS, or if you go inside any game, the volumes are gonna be different, so it's better if you have the volume rocker here just at the reach of your hand so you can control it. And what else? Oh yeah, I added also a controller here. A controller to play any Super Nintendo games or any platformer games that I don't like to control with an arcade stick. This is very useful. It's a NetBeat 8-bit classic controller. Very good. I like it very much. It was just hanging around in one of my drawers, and I thought it's more useful if it's just stick it to the side of the cabinet, and I can play like the Game Boy Advance games or Super Nintendo games with it. Also, it's very recommendable for I don't know, Nintendo 64 games. So there you go. Here on top I have my Raspberry Pi. I would say that this is the best place you can put your Raspberry Pi on, because you can see the light when it turns on, and also you can detach the SD card from it. Any other place that I put this thing, it was very troublesome for me to take the SD card out and for me to see the light, and here is perfect. And at the back of this, here's my controller board for the LCD screen. I had to add this piece of wood here because in ETA Prime's video the cable that is over here is long enough in order for you to put it on the side or under the metal plate from the LCD screen. He says that it's not recommendable for you to stick this to the LCD screen because it's a metal plate that is gonna get hot if you play long enough with the arcade. So he sticks it to the wood part on their side, but in my case this cable isn't long enough. So what I did is I used this piece of wood, stick it to this, and well, now it's not just hanging around. And I also stick the control buttons of the controller board to this part so I can control everything around here. And that is it. The other part of this video would be how to explain how to add a PS3 console to it. But I won't do that right now. I will do it in another video. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.